Hello world. I already did a video and it did not save it. So round two. That's okay though. Practice run. I guess the Lord said I need to practice run. So I am outside. I am enjoying this gorgeous day. And I am so excited to read to you March 6th. March 6th? Oh my word, I have to do practice run again. I am so excited to read to you Mark 6. I do not apologize for not getting this out this morning because I was enjoying my new job, Instacarting. Totally made a total worst wage today before noon, so that was amazing. God was so good, and I was able to bless so many people. It's an amazing ministry, so don't ever downplay online shopping. It's an amazing, amazing ministry. All right, so I'm going to read Mark 6, and I don't know if this video will be as cool as the last one that did not save, but I can hope that it will touch you and bless you. All right, so Jesus multiplies food to feed 5,000. Just think about that alone. Like, multiplies. Isn't that just amazing? Like, think about it. Jesus has 5 loaves, couple fish, and he multiplies it. Just think about what we can do in kindness and compassion and love. How many people did you talk to today? Ask yourself that. I talked to probably over 10 people already today. And those 10 people will probably talk to 10 more people. And maybe they'll actually be more willing to talk to 10 more people because I was kind to them. And just think about the coolness of that. Like, that kindness multiplied tenfold. And then that'll multiply to more tenfold. Like, look how awesome that is. Jesus is so awesome. Like, and I didn't have to. But I'm finding a real passion and love for this, and then I'm actually really social. Crazy, but I am actually very social. And I love it. And so I got to bless some cashiers. I got to bless some stalkers. I got to bless another Instacart lady. It was totally God. It was crazy. I was at this one store this morning. I ran into her. She was on her 3rd day. I'm on my 2nd day. And we're laughing because we're like, does 12 mean 12 bananas? Does it mean 12 pounds of bananas? I thought it was a pretty no-brainer answer, but I was gentle enough and told her, it just means 12 bananas. I don't think they want 12 pounds. I don't think anybody wants 12 pounds of bananas. But that's okay. We're all learning. And some of us are just more naturally attuned to how shopping works. And I was kind of raised that way. I give a lot of thanks to my dad and my uncle for raising me to really love shopping, to shop for others and love that. So I have that experience on my background. Some people don't. And it is an art form to a point. It really is. But I had a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun. And it was really cool because I was at that store with that lady. I ended up clear across town after delivering another order, end up in the same store in the same produce aisle with that same lady. Like, talk about a God encounter. And even though, we couldn't be like, oh, hey, oh, God, that's cool to see you. But we still got to be camaraderie, We still had really good camaraderie. We just kind of laughed. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is insane. And we got to wave at each other. It was just so cool. And that's Jesus. That is so Jesus. It's so much fun. Like, it's so cool to see how he does it. But yeah, I probably talked to 10 people today already. Like, and I am so psyched to talk to 20 plus more people because I know it's going to happen because I'm going to go out there, I'm going to go shop. And maybe I can't talk to my customers and I just put things on their doorstep and I ring the bell and run away like there's a plague, which there kind of is. But that's okay. I can still stand there and wave and smile at them or, be like, you're all good. But yeah, so let me read Mark 6 before I lose this video as well. All right. So Jesus multiplies food to feed 5,000. Just think about these words, and I'm going to pull certain ones out too. The apostles returned from their mission and gathered around Jesus and told him everything they had done and taught. There was such a swirl of activity around Jesus, with so many people coming and going that they were unable to even eat a meal. So Jesus said to his disciples, "Come, let's take a break and find a secluded place where you can rest a while." Now think about that. Jesus has thousands of people waiting on him, but he's like, I need a lunch break. Let's go. Let's find somewhere quiet. Let's just do this. And as a workaholic, I totally do not get the idea of breaks, but they are necessary, and I'm on a self-regulated lunch break currently. Even though it's going a little bit longer because my last video did not post. So we're going to try this one. But just think about it. Jesus even took breaks. So it's okay, workaholics, to take breaks. It's okay. All right. They slipped away and left by sailboat for a deserted spot. But many of the people saw them leaving and realized where they were headed. So they took off running along the shore. Can you imagine Jesus and disciples running away from people? That's a hilarious thought. I'm sorry. It really is. It's like a mass mob or something. Like, they're famous. But they are celebrities to a point, I guess, back then. So then people from surrounding towns joined them in the chase, and a large crowd got there ahead of them. It's like a masked mob. So at the time Jesus came ashore, a massive crowd was waiting. At the sight of them, his heart was filled with compassion, because they seemed like wandering sheep who had no shepherd. So he taught them many things. I mean, listen to that. His heart was filled with compassion. Jesus is tired. He's overwhelmed. He's been talking to thousands, praying over them, healing them and all this stuff and teaching them. And he's tired, but he still shows compassion. No matter how tired we are and our breaking points, it's still our duty to show compassion and kindness and love and generosity. It really is. It's not a hard thing, but it can seem hard in the moment. It really can. I know when I start getting to that breaking point, my mind gets fuzzy. I get really like, not the best, kind of start growling and not the best person to be around. But that's when you kind of need to take a step back and be like, okay, you know what? I got 5 more minutes on my shift, or 5 more items to get, and then I can take a break. We just have to show compassion. It's not anyone's fault that you're feeling the way you are. So we need to show them the grace. I love that. Jesus' heart was filled with compassion because they seemed like wandering sheep who had no shepherd. So he taught them many things. Tired, and he still taught. Late that afternoon, his disciples said, "It's getting really late, and we're here in this remote place with nothing to eat. You should send the crowd away so they can go into the surrounding villages and buy food for themselves." But he answered them, "You give them something to eat." Think about that. Jesus said, you give them. He told the disciples, you give them something to eat right now. Like, not just physical food, but spiritual food. Show them something. Teach them. So even if they're tired, they're still doing their job. They're still smiling. They're still being, loving and kind and compassionate. I love that word, compassionate. We just really need to keep that into our hearts. But he answered them, "You give them something to eat." "Are you sure?" they replied. "You really want us to go buy them supper?" Can you imagine a disciple like, "Jesus, are you crazy? You want us to go buy them supper?" It would cost a small fortune to feed all these thousands of hungry people. "How many loaves of bread do you have?" he asked, "and go and see." Jesus already knew how this would turn out. After they had looked around, they came back and said 5, plus a couple of fish. So I suppose they had a little more hope there that they had a couple of fish, so they might be okay. Then eating hair. Oh my word. It's getting windier. Then he instructed them to organize the crowd and have them sit down in groups on the grass. So they had them sit down in groups of hundreds and fifties. Then Jesus took the 5 loaves and 2 fish, gazed into heaven, and gave thanks to God. Even through all this, Jesus still gave thanks to God. He still gave thanks and knew exactly what would happen. He had the faith and the belief that those loaves would multiply. Imagine we had the faith and belief to believe that our 10 people we talked to and made compassionate towards would take that compassion and spread it. We could impact a whole community in a matter of hours if we just took that message right to heart. That's just so beautiful. He broke the bread and the 2 fish and distributed them to his disciples to serve the people. And the food was multiplied in front of their eyes. Can you imagine that? Everyone had plenty to eat and was fully satisfied. Fully satisfied. Does compassion satisfy you? Does, love satisfy you? Does kindness satisfy you? Does generosity satisfy you? Just think about that. These people were being fed physically, but they're also spiritually seeing something amazing and miraculous. So they're also being fed and taught spiritually as well. So I think that's just such cool because we can do spiritual and physical at the same time. I mean, if we see someone on the side of the road, we can give them a sandwich. That's physical food. But we can stop and pray for them. That's spiritual. We can do it at the same time, like Jesus did. We don't need to have thousands of people chasing us and waving us down and be some celebrity to do this. We can just go out in our own communities, in our own neighborhoods, in our stores, do our jobs, smile and laugh and show joy and compassion and kindness and generosity. And humility, that's a big one too. Then the 12 disciples picked up what remained, and each of them ended up with a basket full of leftovers. Altogether, 5,000 families were fed that day. I just think that's so beautiful. Like, let's just take this message to heart, honestly. Let's take it really to heart. And let's think. Let's really take it to heart, and let's think about what Jesus is going to do with this, What is he going to do with our kindness today? What is he going to do with our generosity, our compassion, our love, our friendliness? I can't think of the right word. But what is he going to do with it? Ask yourself that. I think that's a really good question. He's such a good, loving God, and he loves you all. So guys, please, please be safe, stay healthy, stay indoors. We online shoppers gotcha. Just send an order. Just send an order and we'll take care of you for you. Really, guys, I mean, this is scary stuff, but we don't need to be afraid. We got Jesus, and he is awesome. And more than that, we got each other, and we need each other even more so in this time. So go out there, enjoy this beautiful day. Go to Mark 6, read that chapter, and think about the multiplication that you could do as a single person throughout this whole day. I'm going to go out there, I'm going to go get some more orders, I'm going to laugh, I'm going to smile, make some more friends, talk to some more people, and brighten some more lives, because that's what it's about. Hope and light. Jesus is hope and light, Lord. Hell world. All right, well, I'm going to let you guys go. I got to get off my self-regulated break. I've kind of gone over. Whoops. So, naughty me on my first day. But we're going to have a great day. Yes, we all are. I'm going to get back to you tonight. I got something really exciting to share with you. And I hope you all are blessed. And take care. And I love you all. Bye, world.